So what can you tell me about this whole fire assessment?
The fire assessment, we actually started back in August of 2019, started to get the ball rolling. We developed a need to have more staffing, get additional staffing for the district here. Since 2005, which we use as our target date, was the last time that we had a fire benefits assessment passed. Since 2005, our calls for service increased 62%, while our staffing has remained the same. So we're really kind of behind the curve here, trying to get ahead of this as calls tend to increase. With those calls, we've been getting multiple calls within the same hour, 2, 3, sometimes even 4 or more, which really puts a damper on our response. With 2 fire stations serving 92 square miles, currently we only have 4 personnel on duty. 2 people at each fire station, and depending on what the call type is what rig we're going to take. Only staff for those 2 personnel. For instance, we have a medical aid in Lake Wildwood. An ambulance will be transporting to an area hospital. It could be Sierra Nevada, it could be right out and down in Marysville, or even Sutter Roseville, depending on the type of call and emergency. That's anywhere that crew's out of service for 2 to 3 hours possibly before they get back into the district. In the meantime, we're still running calls with 1 fire engine with 2 personnel. If this passes, we're hopeful that it'll pass. We're going to hire 6 additional firefighters and have 2 more on per day for a total of 6 on duty a day. So we'll be able to staff another fire apparatus. Where this really comes into play and really handy is for those multiple calls. But we get a fire, for instance, the Lobo fire in 2017. Had we had another water carrying vehicle there, whether it be a water tender or another fire engine, there's a very strong possibility we could have held that fire very small and not have the impact on the community like it did. The crews there did a phenomenal job, and we just needed that little extra water to get there. The rest of the county was very busy, and Cal Fire was very busy with the multiple fires they had that night. So we're hoping with this, and if it passes, that we'll be able to better serve our community.
What would you say to people who are concerned about the financial hit of this, seeing as we're all kind of struggling at the moment right now?
Yeah, this is terrible timing as far as the COVID-19 pandemic. We couldn't predict this, and like I said, we started this process in August, and by the time that the governor shut everything down, we already had a significant amount of time and money invested in this, to the point where if we were to abandon it, it would have caused a pretty significant setback. So we decided as a group to continue on with the assessment and see how it goes. Actually, so the increase is right around $216 a year per parcel, equivalent to about 40 cents to 60 cents a day, somewhere in that range. Very, very small amount of money for what you're going to be getting for it. With the additional staffing, we'll be better to serve our community. We want to provide a much better service to our taxpayers, to our community, than we do now. Currently we're making do, but we want to just give the extra help to everybody here.
Yeah, of course. Anything you'd like to add that you think people should know?
With a yes vote's going to go a long way. It really, really will. Myself, I'm also a taxpayer in this community. Born and raised here, and this is going to be great for this community. It really, really is, and I appreciate everybody's input. And there's negativity out there, and there really is. And if anybody has any questions, please call us at the district office, send emails, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions anybody has. Like I said, June 2nd at 6:30 is when the ballots are going to be closed. So if you don't have them in by then, get them here. Drop them in the mailbox soon, or hand them off at the fire station, or you can even bring them to the board meeting June 2nd.